Hi, my name is Yeung. I'm from the Yeung, and I'm here today to tell you a bit about my top 5 favourite things to do in Manchester. My first thing would be to visit Chinatown. It is one of the major hubs, sort of cultural and community hubs in the heart of Manchester. Not only for the Chinese community, but for the Vietnamese, Thai, Cambodian, Korean, and we have so many visitors that come and visit. It's full of independent eateries and retailers. There's one of my favourite things about Chinatown is the fact that you can see in a very real way the way that each of the businesses, the independent businesses, feed families. There's a tiny Thai supermarket, and an old couple set up for dinner every evening. They pull out their little fold-out chair and mini rice pot cooker and pull things off the shelf, and they have dinner together behind a folding screen, and I just think it's really, really nice, and this is one of the things that you don't see anywhere else in the city. Another of my favourite things to do in Manchester is very much the food. I'm a massive foodie, and in Manchester, probably more so than some of the cities I've visited elsewhere, has a massive diversity and variety in foods, especially in the independents. You get sort of one-off restaurants where the food's exciting and it really represents sort of what Manchester can do, what Manchester people can do, and put together, and what local ingredients and suppliers are able to provide as well. My favourites include, of course, the Yeung, Salvi's mozzarella bar, which is an exchange bar, which is great for sort of little Italian eats and deli foods. Then there's 63 Degrees in the Northern Quarter, which is a French bistro, which is brilliant. And then there's a Korean place called Baekdu, which I love as well, and a Japanese place called Sushi, so definitely go and visit all of those. Not in one day. My next favourite thing about Manchester, probably one of the things that you should go and experience, is the music venues and the music culture and heritage of the city. Manchester's produced some of the greatest bands and artists, from sort of the Stones to Oasis, the Smiths, Joy Division, and then on the other end of the scale you've got one of the oldest orchestras in the country, the Halle Orchestra, which is housed in the Bridgewater Hall. Interesting fact about Bridgewater Hall is that when we had the bomb in Manchester, the guys who were the engineers who were working on the building were inside the Bridgewater Hall, which is on stilts. It's built over Roman baths and stilts. They didn't feel a thing whilst they're in there, whilst the bomb went off. So one of the interesting facts about buildings in Manchester, which leads me nicely on to Manchester architecture, which is one of my most favourite things about the city. So you get sort of great big Gothic buildings juxtaposed with really contemporary glass metal buildings. My top ones would be John Rylands Library, which is beautiful, the Central Library, and then you've got sort of Manchester Cathedral, and then sort of in a slightly different vein you've got GMX, which is now Manchester Central, which was the train station, and then it was empty, and now it's a state-of-the-art exhibition space. And over the road from that you've got the Midland Hotel, which is of course where Mr. Rolls met Mr. Royce. And then my next favourite thing to do would be definitely the nightlife in Manchester. The nightlife has got to be experienced. Again, it's the variety and diversity. You've got sort of, my favourite would be Mojo's, which great Thursdays and Sundays. You've got fantastic music, a great crowd, and then you've got places like the Northern Quarter, bars, independent bars such as Corbiere's and Temple Bar, which used to be a toilet. Used to be known as the Temple of Convenience, interestingly. And then there's also on the other end of the scale places like Panacea, so if you want to get dressed up and put your heels on, then definitely that's a night to experience.